Did they? Well, they paid the people. If there's a lot of there, saying that it was an involuntary thing.
Lights, theater lights, here we go. Here we go.
Our house manager, everybody use your phone.
Well, if everyone can use your phone, put them on airplane mode, whatever makes them not make noise or vibration. That's okay.
It must be a pretty big Jewish crowd. But you all showed up on time. And the Italians too. Great. Well, welcome.
That's okay.
Welcome. What do you think, Joe? All right. How glad the many millions of Annabelles and millions would be to capture me. She wore down my resistance, much to her persistence. I fell, and it was swell. I'm your big and brave and handsome Romeo. How I won you, I shall never, never know. It's not that you're attractive, but oh, my heart went active when you came into view. I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh, I never saw the least notion that I could fall with so much emotion. Could you care for a cunning cottage? We could share, the world will pardon my mush, 'cause I have got a crush, my baby, on you. The best seat in the house. Could you care for a cozy cottage? We could share, the world will pardon my mush, 'cause I have got a crush, my baby, on you.
I have to make an announcement.
And that announcement is.
And that announcement is not the best news, but somebody has a Cadillac that's parked down
Yes,
the
that's
drive.
me, yes.
Okay, it needs to be moved because I guess they can't back out. Even though I think they can back out around
Yeah.
it personally, so
Yeah.
you can move it into our driveway.
Okay.
There's one spot. Yeah, our driveway's like right here. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
I know it's cold.
No,
no
no.
problem. Like I said, I
Like
really
I
can
said,
back
he
out,
thinks-
but.
No, you can use my
That was
driveway
my
too.
fault.
Okay.
Yeah. The one
Yeah,
guy that
this is
always
Joe.
sees.
No.
Oh, well, you know, it's a good opportunity to tell a joke. Three guys they're stranded on a desert island, for a couple of years. The one guy happens to kick up a lamp, a genie bottle. Not puffs, a genie, of course, right? And the genie says, 3 wishes for the 3 of you. So the one says, oh my God, I haven't seen my family in ages. I'd like to sit down and have dinner with my family. Poof, he's gone. The second guy says, oh my God, I love golfing with my friends, my buddies. The 19th hole, we get a hamburger and a beer, and it's nothing like it. Poof, he's gone. The third guy says, oh my God, I'm so lonely. I want my friends. Poof. Anything else I have is too colorful. Maybe for afterwards.
Okay.
But my father's living room, why did this come about? I guess all my life I've sang, and but growing up, my dad had a drugstore, the family drugstore, and I worked in that drugstore sometimes during this time of year, Christmas time, 12 hours a day, side by side with my dad, and we loved it. We had so much fun in the drugstore. But in the summers, we'd close the store down at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday or 6 o'clock on the weekdays, and we'd head up to the lake and hoist the mainsail on the sailboat. We'd sail until dusk. I loved it. This was Dan and I. We really spent a lot of time in it. If it wasn't sailing, then it was playing tennis. And then after tennis, we couldn't see the ball anymore on the court. We'd go and get a hot fudge sundae with Spanish peanuts from Dairy Queen, and we'd walk across the street and sit on the steps of the church and eat our hot fudge sundaes. But really what I carry with me every day, all my life, from work even, I'd sing at the office, was singing. And my aunt, after a while, moved in with us, and my grandfather gave her this baby grand piano, which was built about 100 years ago in Buffalo, New York. I had it transported all the way here. I don't know if it's tuned too well. Joe, how's it sounding tonight?
It's holding up pretty well.
Holding up, especially with your tuning job, right? And so I decided that probably 15, 16 years ago, I was going to take some voice lessons, and I've taken voice lessons over that period, off and on for a long time. And I decided that, you know what, I want to duplicate kind of what it was like to be in my father's living room. And so you all, thank you all for coming, are sitting here in my father's living room. He would tell jokes, sing show tunes, sing the standards, and tell stories. And this is the culmination of that. And I want to thank you all for being here. You're all special to Jimmy. Also, I want to make sure that you all know this night wouldn't happen without my discovery of Joe Rogers over here on the ivories. And Joe has been playing piano, my gosh. I don't even want to say how long, but he's a graduate of CCM with a BA in music, followed up with a master's in music education.
PM in music.
In music, okay.
Bachelor of music.
All right. Followed up with a master's.
Masters in music ed.
Right, and he played for, gosh, 4 decades, I think it was, with the Pete Wagner Band, and also other engagements all over the area. So I want to thank Joe. Hopefully, it works out, huh, Joe? You get the tempo, I get the beat, maybe it'll all work. So. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter pat? That's the happy tune, is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade, but I'm not afraid this rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Joe on the ivories! the shade with my blues on parade. But I'm not afraid this rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny, 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 sunny side of the street. I couldn't go on without mentioning that song is dedicated to that lovely young lady on the stairs over there, my daughter. And if you know Sophia, you know why it's dedicated to her.
I promise I'm sad sometimes.
You're emotionally flat.
What happened to my hat? Where'd I put my hat? Anyways, the next song, I sing a lot, and I went to the doctor's office and had my annual physical, and I'm singing across the parking lot this next song, and I happen to walk into the phlebotomist's office, and I said to myself, to hell with it, I'm just going to finish the song while I walk in to the counter. And I'm walking in, and in the corner, I noticed this woman, she looks up and her eyes were so shiny. I walked over to her and I took her hand, and I said, I bet you that was Sinatra. She looked at me, she said, yeah, I bet you got weak in the knees, I said. She laughed at me, she said, I did. That woman, I don't know if any of you know her, happened to be Sylvia Slavin, Randy Slavin's mother, who I've known for several decades. And this is one of her favorite songs, what's coming up next, too. So, take it away, Joe. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm just no good without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? You know, back in 1969, anybody know what happened in 1969? There was a heck of a lot that happened in 1969. Landing on the moon. I like that.
My daughter was
I
born.
like that.
My daughter was born.
Woodstock,
Max Yasgur's farm.
Max Yasgur's farm. Somebody said my daughter was born.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot. Well, the one thing I'm thinking of is Buzz Aldrin's Apollo 11 trip to the moon. And that was 1969. And what do you think they played? Joe? Let's do it for him, huh? God's honest truth. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. My father and I, with Diane's encouragement, every year for, I don't know, 6-7 years, my dad and I would take a trip, 3-4 night junket down to the Caribbean to get out of the cold. And one trip, it was the final banquet, Dominican Republic at the Rio Hotel. We had our dinner and we were sitting there. I said, Dad, just sit at the table. I'll go up and I'll get us a couple plates of desserts. So I went up. I'm coming back with 2 plates of desserts. And I walked by this table and I caught the eye of the woman. And on her table, she had 10 plates of desserts. So I looked at her, our eyes caught, and I said, oh my God, that looks like it's better than sex. She looked at me and I said, that's what my dad would say anytime he saw something that looked good. She said, what kind of sex would your dad have? God's honest truth, you can't make this stuff up. All right, Joe, what do you say? One of the first roads that was ever built after they made cars, right? We needed roads. So let's take them all on that adventure. Oh, yeah. Whoa. To motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Hit your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, and 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. They go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City's looking mighty pretty, you see. Amarillo, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingsman, Barstow, San Bernardino, won't you 66. Oh, I think that's it. Let's go eat. Let's have dessert. Huh?
And in Act 1, there's
Act 2
intervention
to
now.
follow. What?